Hi, fourth graders. Just really quick, this is going to be a fast video because it's only like 2 pages, but this is the afterword about wildfires, which just means that Rodman Philbrick, who is the author, just put in some extra little things that he learned about wildfires while doing this book. So I thought it was interesting. Follow along if you want to hear about it. So it says, I first heard about the devastating effects of wildfires from my mother. She had been a college student in Boston in the fall of 1947. That's the year Maine burned from the mountains to the sea, and the smoke from those fires tinged the skies all over New England. Desperate for help, the state of Maine sent trucks to Boston to round up young men willing to join the battle. Hundreds did, but despite their best efforts, the fires were out of control. They swept through coastal towns like Bar Harbor to the north and destroyed most of Chapley and Waterboro to the south. An 8-mile wall of flames threatened to reduce the community of Kennebunkport to ash. Hundreds of homes were lost, and the forests of Maine were changed forever, with effects that still linger into the present century. Later, friends of mine enlisted in hotshot crews in Montana, and they shared harrowing tales of their fight to contain fires that threatened to engulf the Bitterroot National Forest. They explained that going up against the Montana wildfires required courage, physical strength, strategy, and a certain amount of luck, much of it dependent on weather conditions. Wildfires do not discriminate. They can erupt anywhere if the conditions are right. In 2017, wildfires broke out in all 50 states. What sets them off? The vast majority are caused by humans. Drought and extreme weather conditions make fires much more likely, and one spark can turn a tinder dry forest or grassland into a full-blown conflagration. Millions of acres of forest and thousands of homes and structures are lost to wildfires every year, and people lose their lives, including firefighters and other first responders. The U.S. Forest Service employs as many as 10,000 wildland firefighters during fire season, and they are joined by thousands of state and local firefighters. They all have the same mission: to save the lives of those threatened by fire, to prevent or contain wildfires, and to save structures when possible. Firefighters use many strategies to stop wildfires. Early detection can help manage the damage. On the ground, firefighters work tirelessly to stop the fire by hand, using chainsaws, shovels, and other equipment to remove fuel from the path of the advancing flames. They use water trucks and hoses to wet down grass and trees in the path of the fire, and homes are sprayed to save them. As embers blow, firefighters try to prevent new outbreaks. The challenges can be unpredictable, overwhelming, and extremely dangerous. Fire trucks, bulldozers, and other big machines may be brought in. Large wildfires can also be fought from the air with planes and helicopters that drop fire retardant or scoop water from lakes or other bodies of water. Some super scooper aircraft can dump as much as 1,600 gallons per flight. When a fire can't be otherwise reached, smoke jumpers sometimes parachute in. Their supplies are dropped nearby. More than 250 smoke jumpers fought fires in 2017. 3 elements are needed for fire: fuel, oxygen, and a spark to set it off. Under certain conditions, wind and flames combine into a fire tornado. A big wildfire makes its own weather, sometimes creating hurricane-force winds, and a large fire flame temperatures can exceed 2,100 degrees Fahrenheit. Fires can also spread at incredible speed, and wind can blow them in any direction. Multiple reports said that the 2018 Camp Fire in California was blown by wind gusts approaching 50 miles per hour. And 60 Minutes reported that at one point the fire was spreading at a rate of 1 football field per second. That's a lot. Wildfires are not new. Around the planet there are many types of fires, and they have burned for hundreds of millions of years. Some wildfires occur naturally and are beneficial to the ecosystem involved. Certain plants, for example, depend on fire for reproduction and healthy growth. However, the current pattern of more fires, longer fires, and bigger fires have been extremely destructive. In 2017, the states with the most wildfires were Texas, California, North Carolina, Georgia, Missouri, Florida, Mississippi, Montana, Arizona, and Oregon. The states with the most acres burned were Montana, Nevada, California, Texas, Oregon, Idaho, Alaska, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Arizona. Experts have many theories to explain the trend of larger, more frequent fires in much of the U.S., but overall, the cause seems to be a combination of extreme weather cycles, an increase in drought, and stronger winds to fan the fires. How we manage forest fires and fires is also a factor. But however you explain it, the number of acres burning is steadily going up, up, up. If your family lives in the path of a possible wildfire, the more you can learn about fires and the more you can prepare, the better. There are things you can do that way may well save your life. As you can see, wildfires are complex, and surviving them can be very challenging. What would happen if you suddenly found yourself trapped in a wildfire, and like Sam, you had no phone and no rescue team searching for you? What would you do? That's the end of that. And then there's a few survival tips for you and your family. You can check this out at school next week if you want. I'm not going to go into it just because I'm not too worried about it. But it's like, make a plan, know your escape vehicle, pack your valuables, have a plan for your pets, wildfire alerts, and then it has useful resources, so a ton of different websites you can use to look at that. So that's all. We officially finished it. Yay, thanks for following along.